It's Friday.
Froggy Friday.
Woohoo!
Hee, ribbit.
Hey folks, welcome back to the channel.
Hello.
Ribbit.
Yes.
Okay, we're just going to leave that there.
That's what frogs do, isn't it?
If you say so. So, I am doing a frog.
Well, that's a shocker for a Froggy Friday.
Oh, shush. Listen, I'm not having this level of sass. Not on a Friday.
What?
Oh, no. Anyway, listen. Right, so I've got my frog mould.
Yeah, well done.
I've got my wibbly wobbly eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm UVing them in.
Okay.
There you go. That's what I'm doing right now.
Wow, thank you very much for that.
Do you know how difficult it is to get blooming eyes into that mould? I honestly, it's a nightmare.
I've done it once and it was perfect.
What I need is a giant frog head with a little frog body. Because then I can get the eyes in nice and easy. No worries. No stress.
I'll tell you what you need.
Go on.
You know,
go on.
Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
Where they have that thing that shrinks everything down.
Yes. Yes.
So you get a big mould, you could stick the eye in.
Yeah.
And then shrink it down. It'd
be
perfect.
Yes. Right. So my idea was, because we're doing stained glass effect this week, I thought, right, I've got the perfect inlay, which I made myself incidentally, but you're only saying that because you can't do an inlay.
I don't need to.
I've got you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I thought, right, I'm going to use this little inlay thing.
It's not a little inlay though, is it? It's bigger than the frog.
Listen, I had a plan. It was a cunning plan.
Okay.
And then I didn't. And I can't believe you've left the footage in, because that was actually supposed to be cut. But okay, we're going to leave it in. This is what not to do if you're thinking about making a frog.
A stained glass frog.
A stained glass frog. Do not get an inlay that is too big for the mould.
I would have thought that would have been like, you know, frog making 101 or something.
You would have thought that, but you would be wrong.
Did you not at any point think that inlay is a tiny little bit too big for that frog?
I did, but what I thought would happen is, I thought it'll be fine, because what I'll do is I've put my resin just out of shot, like a
professional YouTuber. Yeah.
So I've resined my inlay, and I thought what I'll do is I'll just sort of drape it over the frog, and then you'll get kind of the effect. That was my plan, and I feel it was a cunning plan.
That would have been an excellent plan. However,
but what happened was it kept sinking down into his head again. I refer you back to my earlier comment where if it had a giant head, wouldn't have had the problem. So I was getting really annoyed at this point, because I was like, oh, I need it to sit down that bit. And I was like, right, okay, we're not. And I turned it round, and it would not do what I wanted it to do, which was a little distressing, if I'm honest. So I gave up at this point. I was very perplexed.
Was you now?
I was. So I dripped off the resin, and then I stuck it on a silicone mat to dry. And then I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Because I've got this resin, it's ready to go.
Yep.
What do I do?
Let it set.
That's not what I did.
Oh.
Don't be silly. What kind of crazy person are you?
Well, I don't know. The good kind.
I feel...
What was that little scoff then?
There was no scoff. So I put the inlay into a coaster mould, because I thought, well, that'll come in handy for something. Don't know what. Stuck a bit of resin in. I thought, yeah, that'll do. So that's the beginnings of a coaster.
Yeah. Okay.
Which again, you can just see off camera.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to have to do is like set 2 cameras up.
The irony of it is, you have set 2 cameras up.
I have, yeah, but you don't record on one of them.
I do. Well, not all the time. Look, you're lucky that I remember to press record on one of them.
Yeah, to be fair. Well,
so this is me going, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I've got this resin. What do I do? So I was determined. I could have just changed it at this point and done something completely different, but I was absolutely determined to do a stained glass effect.
Yeah.
I was like, it has to happen. So
with a pointy finger,
what I did, was I just left it
to set.
I pulled the rest of the resin in and just left it. I was like, okay, I'll give it some thought.
Okay, so while that's curing, you were thinking about what you're going to do with the
what I
resin
did,
that is curing.
Yeah, what I did for a little while is I pretended like I was playing with, getting rid of bubbles and stuff, and then I thought, okay, I need to get something in there before that goes too hard.
Yeah.
So I got out the trusty old little windows mould.
Yeah.
Love this mould. Printed out a frog. And then, so I put some UV into the mould, printed out a frog, which, as you can see, is quite small.
Yeah.
And then I used more of your Pebeo relief paint.
I think you just did this just so that you could use that stuff.
Yeah, at this point I was like, oh, this is really hard because it's tiny. I'm not going to be able to do it. But I thought...
That's attempt number 2.
Did you leave them all in?
Yeah.
What's it, John? Serious? I think I need to oversee the editing process.
Feel free to edit one.
No. That's what you're for.
Exactly. So, they get to stay in.
So, I then thought, okay, let's not do the Pebeo paint stuff because
good call.
That's far too difficult. So I got an acrylic marker and then
just drew it
with the acrylic marker. Yeah.
Well,
which I thought, actually, I did all right considering my drawing ability is 0. Like I struggle to draw curtains.
Yeah.
Never mind, actual things. So
let's look at actually.
To be fair, I'm tracing it, so
yeah.
Even I can't get I would say even I can't get tracing wrong, but no, I probably can. To be fair, I probably can.
Well, that looks okay. Apart from it looks like it's wearing like a hat.
Well, it's difficult to say because once again, as a professional, I am not in shots.
Oh no,
it was the see-through bit underneath. So, yeah.
Just use your imaginations. Oh, there you go. Oh, now you've blocked it out now.
It's my entire arm. Yeah. So, and that's what he looks like without any colour on the back. So then I thought, okay, we need to colour him. Meanwhile, I'm under pressure because all this while that resin is setting.
Yeah.
The pressure that it was on.
It was.
It was very traumatic.
Was it though?
Not really, but I was quite distressed.
Well, that's because you put a giant a giant inlay in there.
I did, because I thought it would look nice.
You could have just cut the inlay up.
I could, but then I'd have to make another one.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Okay.
So
you didn't.
So I completely changed it to something else, entirely. So, because I wanted to paint mica onto the
frog
cabochon.
Yeah.
Cabochon.
Okay.
Frog on the cabochon.
Yeah.
I used the old alcohol trick.
Yeah.
Where you put a smidgen of the mica into the alcohol.
Yeah.
And then you
paint it on as if you would
paint it on, and then
and then the alcohol evaporates.
That's the one.
Yeah.
The alcohol evaporates, and you're left with just the pigmented colour stuck to the cabochon.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Is that the
That is the
tiny turny one.
That is a tiny. That's a tiny turner one. Yeah. So I mean, to be fair, if you're going to use tiny turner, you could do it that way because you're going to use the tiniest amount. That's why it's called tiny turner, isn't it? No, it's not. But it could be. And then I used a bit of a green. I think is that a neon? I can't remember. Let me look. One moment. No, that's just a regular green.
Yeah.
Just to give it a difference in colour on the cabochony bit.
More like a lily pad.
It's supposed to be like a lily pad thing.
Yeah.
But I liked the colour, so that's why I did it.
I've never actually done it like that.
Have you not?
No.
Well, I have. It's really good.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is. Well done, you.
So, meanwhile, I thought, there's no purple. Need to have some purple. So I got out the Just Resin. Look, there's the tiniest bit left.
Yeah. Gonna have to get some more.
It's very sad. Well, if we're going to order more, then we need to, order more. So I just did the background in purple because I like that colour.
Yeah, why not? And to be fair, it is a really nice colour.
There was no logic, rhyme or reason other than I really like the colour. So that's why we've got purple background. I don't know what in nature would be purple at the back, but I don't care. I like it.
Flowers?
Maybe. Yeah, flowers. But yeah, so that's what I did. And then once that was dry,
I like how you showed it to the camera there, but it was just off camera.
I wasn't showing it to the camera. I was showing it to you. So don't be giving me all this sass.
Yeah, but these lovely viewers.
Well, it's adding to the intrigue and the mystery of the video. I don't think I'm doing anything other than, now.
I'm just, it's a mystery. This is an actual video because most of it you've done off camera.
No, I have not. Don't be, listen, if you're going to be like that, you just shush. Now, I then.
What's going on with his eyes there?
Luckily, that's just where the lights.
It's like a possessed frog.
I might have put white in his eyes. Now
it's a possessed frog.
Listen. So what I did.
I need to make a possessed frog now. I don't know why, but I have an overwhelming urge.
Look, I'm trying to explain what I'm doing.
Okay, you're painting the feet of a demonised frog. That's what you're doing.
Demonised frog. It's just a regular frog, and his eyes look funny because the way the light is catching it. Okay, that's all it is. Now, I used even more of the very smidgen that's left of our chameleon, just to give him coloured feet.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I mean, you can't have a possessed frog without coloured feet.
It's not a possessed frog. It's just,
Yeah, come on.
It's not possessed, it's the whites of his eyes.
So where's the rest of it?
There is a little black dot, but it's very small. It's a very small dot.
Uh-huh. I'm struggling to see it, to be honest.
Well, that's because you're blind.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, enough of you.
Yeah. Back to your demon frog.
Back to my system. We're not calling it the demon frog. So I painted his feet, and then
and then
I really struggled to paint that foot though, because I'm literally scraping the barrel.
Luckily, you didn't have to paint the other bits this time. The supports.
You mean the bits that we don't need?
Yes.
Yeah. And then what I did, because that bit is now, it's not set, and it's at that sort of almost done
Almost done.
It's almost done.
The top bit's crusty.
It's crusty.
Yeah.
And
but underneath is moist.
So I mixed up some black, and then I just poured on a top coat, a bottom coat, depending on how you're looking at it.
Isn't is it supposed to be a stained glass?
It is stained glass.
But isn't light supposed to go through it?
It does.
Not through black.
It needed to be black because I've used chameleons.
You could have done clear and then black on the feet.
I could have done, but I am the artiste, and that is not what I did.
Okay.
I have done it this way.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I don't feel that you should be judgerson whilst I am artisting.
Artisting? I am the artiste and I am artisting. It's quite it is quite tricky trying to get the resin into those toes.
It is, but I managed it.
Well done you.
I know.
So you've put a black over a stained glass.
So we've got the clear layer, we've got the cabochon that's got the stained glass effect, and then we've got what does that say?
That was a professional demould shot.
You're very funny. You're not funny at all. So this is the demould where I'm very careful not to break his toes off, because I can't remember who we were watching, but I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
Somebody broke the foot off. Yeah. But that's the bottom, and then that's the top. There you go. See? Stained glass.
Yes.
Anyone who's still with us, thank you so much for sticking in there. Please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and all that shizzle.
All the shizzle.
And let us know what you think of the kind of stained glass frog in the comments.
And does it look possessed?
And do you think it looks possessed, or do you think it just looks like a regular frog's eyes?
It is quite difficult to see with the black background.
It is in that light, yes. Thank you. Anyway, welcome. I will leave some pictures at the end, some nice glamour shots, and let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, to be fair, it does look quite cool from the top, that.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I just love the googly eyes. And we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, bye for now.
Bye.